Good afternoon, everybody. I am really sorry I'm slightly later than the 1 o'clock I originally said I was going to be here, but better late than never. So I hope you all had a fantastic bank holiday weekend. So it's Tuesday already, so it's a 4-day week for many of us, which is great. Actually, for me, it's just 1 day week because it's half term, so I'm heading off tomorrow. But thank you for all the lovely messages and kind of the feedback from last week's videos. It was really good. It was quite nice to be able to share it on LinkedIn as well and YouTube as well for the first time. So really good. So this is a quick update. So for those of you who probably follow our Facebook pages and LinkedIn as well, be aware that I run the Entrepreneur Circle local meetings, and I'm also a local ambassador and a coach for EC as well. Last week we had our first one in Torbay in 12 months. And the topic of choice was all about email mastery. So it's basically how to use emails still in today's age when we've got social media and lots of other sources or other options, how to use email really effectively. It's really good to chat through with many of the businesses that were there. So some people don't use email at all, and some people rely on it really heavily. And what I kind of wanted to run through today was kind of a lot of the stuff that we covered during that meeting, because there were some really good points that came out of it. So the feedback was brilliant. So so I thought I'd quickly kind of run through that. So realistically, the role of email marketing, it isn't about selling and converting. When you're sending out those emails to your customers, it's not all about selling and converting, unless maybe you are an e-commerce business, then maybe you do want to be generating. But what you want to be doing in these emails generally is kind of making friends and helping people. All that is about getting conversations going, not really making conversions. So it's all about making friends and helping people. By building that relationship, you get to kind of know, like, and build trust as well with your customers or potential customers. And some of the kind of the key things that the EC principles, again, I adopt in my videos that I've been sending out is number one is to be yourself. Customers want to get to know you, your interests, and what you get up to. And I think I take a similar approach when I'm doing these videos as well. Going back to the pandemic, I mean, it was kind of about me and Helena and talking about kind of everything. And so we were going through a similar situation with our businesses at the time of the pandemic. So you got to know about us as much as we got to help you. So yeah, number one is to be yourself. Number two is to kind of be authentic. Don't be something that you're not. Don't pretend. If you make cock-ups, feel free to share those in your emails as well. It's about being real, so being authentic. And number three is about telling stories. Again, anyone that's been getting my emails recently, I've been kind of trying to tell a story. It's kind of key to the whole email thing, is kind of entertain people. Like I said, it's very much when you're writing your emails to your customers or potential customers, just write them like you're writing to a friend, because you don't want to put distance between you and your customers. You want to relate and you want them to relate to you. Telling stories in those emails is a kind of a better way of teaching and kind of reaching your audience. And like I said, there's better ways to sell. So don't think you can kind of do it directly in an email. So if you want to kind of think about how to structure those personal emails or those business emails with a personal kind of touch, there's three kind of, again, key elements to that. The anatomy of a story-based email is number one, it's the hook, which is the subject line. So making sure you've kind of got a catchy hook, a catchy subject line. So when people wake up in the morning and they look at their phone and they're swiping to delete them, that your subject line stands out in that. It's a key kind of tip there is, make sure it's something that people won't think, oh, that sounds like a load of rubbish, I'll delete that. Number two is the story itself. It's kind of the beefy, chunky bit of the email. It's something that you can use, for example, as something that's happened to you in your life, something happened to you last week. I said, after I finish this, I'll be writing my weekly email. And that is going to be similar to kind of this video now, kind of talking about the event last week and something that happened. And there's some great things that came from it. So I'll be kind of summarizing from that. So that is the story. And again, the final bit is the call to action. And that's something that it's an action. It's something for your reader to do as a result of your email. You'll see at the bottom of my emails, I always include a link there. If you want a virtual coffee, a catch up, there's a link there. Just click on it and book yourself in. I'm always happy to have a chat with clients, non-clients, just happy to help. If you can find a slot in there, then please do book yourself in. For those of you that might be Entrepreneur Circle members, you'll know kind of the structure that Nigel adopts, who's the founder of Entrepreneur Circle. Very similar. He uses that religiously. The hook, the story, and the call to action. There's always a call to action at the bottom of the emails as well. And by using this technique, you build a relationship with those customers, and from that, the sales start to become easy. So I'm just, for the first time, I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to share this with you. Hopefully it's going to work okay. So I'm going to give this a go. There we go. So those are a couple of examples of kind of for each one of those. So hopefully you can see. If you're on the phone, you might need to zoom in a little bit, but I'll run through anyway. So the hook, obviously I said the subject line. There's different kind of techniques you can use. So from a curiosity point of view, you can use "this just got weird," a benefit, how to build your Facebook following, scarcity, this is your last chance to become a VIP, results based, you could say, oh, we had 1,219 leads from just one ad. So again, it's the hook to drag people in to actually read the email. We know that sometimes people send out emails to their distribution lists. They're lucky to get 10, 20, 30% reading. So again, it's about making sure people just don't swipe to delete and they actually open it. And then when they're in there, they get your story. So again, the story is an episode from your world. Example of that, so don't be too obvious with it. Make them wonder. The curiosity is good. Don't preach. Don't start preaching in your emails and put anyone off. And don't ever include any rhetoric questions. So that's kind of a few tips there. And finally, that kind of call to action. Once they've not deleted it, they've opened the email, they've read it. What do you want them to do? It could be that you want to watch something. It could be a link to one of the videos that you've done, or something that you prepared that links to what you've put in your video. Look out for something coming soon. It might be that you've talked about an event that you've been putting together, and to keep an eye out for more information, or click here to pre-register for it. Simple things as let me know what you think of this email, for a bit of feedback, so somebody they kind of go back to you and let you know what they think. Again, call me if you'd like some more info. I use the click here to link and catch up, and it's always a good one. That's just those ones there. And then finally, a few bits here. So with regards to the emailing, it is all about positioning. It's positioning you and your brand, so the business. So people want to come and buy from you when you're ready. So like I said, this is all about conversations rather than conversions. You can't be sending out your monthly emails or weekly emails and expect to get a conversion from each one or get a sale. What these emails are about, and what email marketing should be about, is just making people aware that you exist, reminding you're there, building relationships. So when they're ready to buy from you, you're the front of the line that they come and use. Again, whether this is relevant for emails, and I do think it's kind of been relevant for me as well personally when it comes to these videos, because I think I've never kind of gone out there and sold things, but as a result of doing the emails through the pandemic, we naturally, I built up relationships. I said great relationships with people, the viewers, and the messages we got, and we accounting for everything has got clients from it, and obviously now I'm starting my coaching journey as well. It's also been a great benefit of that. So that's kind of a quick update today. It's that email mastery. So yeah, those three key things, just in case you wanted to scribble it down. Those three things it's the hook, so the subject line, telling the story, kind of an episode from your world, and the call of action. So what do you want them to do? Brilliant. Well, thank you to everyone that's viewed. I said it's a bit longer than last week's kind of 5-minute video. Next week, I have a guest with me. I mentioned it last week. We've actually got James Coyle from iWalker. So they do business finance and iWalker Pay. So if you're accounting for everything client, you might have recently clicked the Pay Now to find that we don't use Stripe anymore. We're now using a new system called iWalker Pay, which allows you to directly pay through your bank account. So it does it all through the open banking system. So it's really cool, and the fees are low as well. So it's a good thing to kind of find out a bit more about. In a few weeks' time, we've got Alison Benny as well from Enlighten HR. She's coming next month as well. So that's been great as well. So we've got some really good guests coming on as well. So I look forward to kind of sharing that with you. Anyway, so thank you again. if there's any messages, please feel free to kind of ping me a message here on Facebook or LinkedIn if you're watching LinkedIn or through or YouTube if anybody's watching on there. So it's slowly building. I will put a link to the YouTube page as well because I'd really like to get some followers on there as well. So yeah, thank you very much. We'll be back actually at 1 o'clock next week. So yeah, I won't be late, especially I've got a guest who'll be sat here waiting for me. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Any messages, feel free to get in contact. See you next week. Thank you. Bye.